Okay, so let's get into a little bit of gameplay and show you guys what this build is all about. You can see I've already killed the first couple mobs here. And what I need to do is change my ammunition over after respecking here to impairing ammunition. Okay, that's going to give us our crit damage. Alright, you'll notice pretty large numbers for crits. I've seen a lot of Rangers not be able to hit 30k, but we're going to have absolutely no problem hitting that 30k number. The highest I've hit so far is 39,000, and I'm just waiting to see if I can hit that 40k damage mark. So now we're going to take a look at the skill tree. So our first 3 skill points that we get, we're going to dump into Battle Art for Legionary tree. We're going to dump into Thief for the passive movement speed and additional movement speed, and this is just an overall quality of life increase. And then we're going to make our way through Hunter. Attack speed here, extra attack speed every time we kill an uncommon enemy, which is all the time, and not to mention it gives movement speed. Great for, you know, clear speeds, extra damage, extra rage gen, and we'll get our ammunition. We're going to take crit chance bonus given by agility is 10% higher. This will help us reach that cap and may not be needed later on since we're gonna have so much agility. Okay, we're gonna definitely get impairing ammunition to gain a charge every time we crit. We are critting basically 100% of the time, and we're gonna grab the 4% range damage as well. And we're gonna abuse this free talent point. Okay, I know, a little bit of abuse, but we're gonna come through here. This is almost a dead talent. We don't really care about it. We'll move up, we'll gain our 20% agility, damage while moving, okay? And this is where this build really differs from a lot of others. We're not gonna go into any elemental damage. We have no desire for that. And we're just gonna basically come down here, get all of our ranged nodes, and fill this out. We'll have a chance to, you know, bounce our shots off the walls. It's gonna be a great quality of life feature as well. And then we'll get lethal strikes, and lethal strikes extended. This will give you a total of 80% physical damage increase. That is quite a bit. Okay, so we'll get protection piercing, no brainer, extra crit chance here, crit damage, attack speed. We'll get Punisher, and that's mainly just so we can get this 20% more agility buff. Okay, so now we're going to come up to the ferocity tree, the legionary tree rather. And we'll just make our way straight down the middle. Okay, this is going to give us some rage generation. We're always in offense mode for battle art stance, extra damage, attack speed for melee range, crossbow damage, and two-handers. Okay. Now we'll come up on this side. So this is where this build also differs from a lot of ranger builds. We're going to make our way up to all this presence right here. So we're going to gain 5% presence. Stacking 10 times every time we kill them off. And it lasts for 20 seconds. Amazing. 15% extra presence. Okay. Extra ferocity. So now remember, we just lost ferocity right here, 30%. We're going to gain 20% of that back. So we're really only going to lose 10% ferocity. And then we'll get extra ferocity when our rage is full. And if our presence exceeds 100%, we gain critical damage. That is literally going to be all the time. Okay. And then we'll make our way over to our gladiator stacks, which is going to be extra attack speed and physical damage every time we kill. That's going to stack several times. This gives extended duration and extra stacks. And then the last points that we'll need in Guardian. And I need to fix one talent point. I did something. I did this. Okay, we're not going to take the 4% damage with ranged weapons if no one's around us. Okay, we're actually going to put that point over here, joining the fray. So if our presence exceeds 100%, we gain a damage bonus, and we already set up here. It's naturally already over 100%. We just sit at 115% at all times. We gain even more depending on how much our rage bar is filled, and then we gain even more. So that's 50% plus 15% plus 15%. So we can gain up to an additional 80% presence. So We don't know exactly the calculations, but we're gonna just guess we're gaining an 80% damage buff. Okay. So there's our skill tree. Okay, so let's focus on the character panel now. Okay. I'm gonna go over gear a little bit to better show what we want to gear toward to reach such high numbers of agility. So every piece of gear that you get, we want to get socket on our helmet, on our chest piece, and on our pants. Okay, so each defensive gym slot, we can put 20 additional agility in there. Okay, so we've got literally agility on every single item that we can have. 18 to all attributes here. We got percentage to attributes, another percentage to attributes. I would love to get some upgrades with these rings, but this is what we got so far. 19 all, and then 9% again to all. This particular cloak though, it's so good, but I wish I did not have to use it. Gaining Umbra with this build is very counterproductive. We do not want to gain Umbra, period. Which takes me to my belt. 19 all and 8% to all. Okay, this belt is incredible, but again, I'm stuck with gaining Umbra on kill. So make sure when you guys are looking for your gear, if you can avoid gaining Umbra on kills, definitely avoid that gear, okay? Here's my weapon. Decent damage, 3 sockets, and physical damage. Okay, so what we're shooting for is 100% crit chance. We'll definitely have already had that with all this agility, no problem. And all we want to do now is stack our points into ferocity. Okay. I could have done a little bit faster, but my roll is also bound to control. Okay, so we'll see we get a 26.2% attack modifier. We're going to attack even faster. And we also have a 211% crit damage modifier. Okay, so let's just assume that we didn't put any points into that. Okay, so we go from basically 5% to 211. Over here, what's important for us is going to be movement speed and damage modifier for ranged. If I were to dump all my points into agility, we only go up to 418% versus 377. Okay, so it's not a colossal increase opposed to a 200% bonus to our crit damage. And now remember, we're critting all the time. So we have a 100% crit chance. Let's buff the hell out of that. Okay. Not to mention we attack faster, you know, that's fantastic as well. Currently in the state of game, defense does not appear to matter to us so much until they release new content, and they do have a patch in mind where the infinite dungeon will scale in difficulty, so I imagine maybe some of these stats might change some. But yeah, this is what we're going to shoot for. Eventually I'll get over 1,000 agility with gear alone. And we'd love to be able to hit close to 500 ferocity, if at all possible. The last thing with the gear and relation to our stats. So on our pots, these are not perfect by any means, but we have agility, all attributes, and agility. Okay, all attributes, agility, agility, physical damage, and agility. Ideally, I would love to have all attributes, agility, and then physical on every single one of my potions. I haven't even seen the, all stats with agility and physical damage myself. Good luck to you guys if you can find it. Okay, so now we're at the arena, and we'll show you what it's like to kill the final boss here. And hopefully 0 seconds. It always records at 1 second, but I know that we can do it in 0 seconds. Okay, so the time is 0 seconds, and we just killed the last boss. You can see we have absolutely no issues killing any boss mobs. Another bonus to this build is that we tend to not have to worry about reflect damage. We're so far away from our targets a lot of the times, and I mean, we one-shot basically everything. Alright guys, that concludes the build, and if you'd like to see some live gameplay of Wolcen, come on over to my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/derogatory and check it out. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and I like to showcase, go over builds, theorize, etc. See you guys there, and thank you again for all your support.